Hi guys, so it's been so long, but I went to Brighton. I had my friend's birthday. Next thing you know, it's Halloween. I was busy for bonfire, and then I just haven't had the time between then and now, and it's only been about 2 weeks since bonfire, I think, to film. And if you want me to be honest, I knew I wanted to film this video, but I didn't know how to go about it, and I thought, no, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to go straight in and just say whatever comes to me, because, you know, if I overthink it, then I'll panic, and yeah. So basically what I wanted to talk today about was, it's now November of 2016, and it was always a difficult time of year for me because it was round about this time 2 years ago I got put on a list, and to this very day I still haven't had a phone call, you know, no false alarms, no nothing, and it just sucks because you know that while you're waiting, other people are getting their call. And I know why, well, I partially know why I haven't got my phone call. It's because, you know, I am a red blood group and everything, and you know, as it is, only 10% of the population, the British population, has my blood group. And it's all very well sitting there and saying that, but you think, okay, so how many of those are actually registered to be on the organ donor register? You know, and it's hard. So, you know, even if there are people dying who are, you know, applicable for me or could be a suitable donor, they might not be registered there, and they might not have asked the family to give their consent on their behalf when they leave. So, you know, that's probably a big part of why I haven't had a phone call or anything yet. And of course, you know, it's not just about the blood group. I think it's got to be a tissue match as well, and they've got to be a similar height and weight, which unfortunately means it will have to be someone, you know, who is, you know, either in their 20s or 30s. And you think, essentially, I am waiting for someone to die before I get my phone call, which is horrible, because, you know, people shouldn't be dropping down dead in their 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, it just shouldn't be happening, you know. But then you think, I kind of take the view that, you know, yeah, that shouldn't be happening, but the fact is it is happened, and people die every day. It's just about waiting for someone to die who is registered and will be a suitable match for me. And you know, no one can predict when that's going to be. Unfortunately, you can't predict these things. So, you know, that's why, and it's just really, it's sad, but at the same time, it's just more, I don't know, upsetting, I guess, because you think other people getting their phone call, and I've been on the list for like 2 years, you know, and counting, and, you know, it's just getting a bit fed up of waiting, I guess. But then, you know, then again, you got to take it with a pinch of salt and think, well, you know, it might not have happened, but hopefully when it does happen, it won't be a false alarm, it'll be a real deal, and hey, you know, as far as the doctors are concerned, I'm doing really well. So, you know, you always got to try and look at the positives as well and focus on that. So, yeah, I mean, I know it will come, it's just a matter of when. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to say on that. I mean, I remember about 2 years ago, before I actually got put on the list, I had to go to an education session, which is basically you go to your hospital or your transplant centre, and they educate you about the transplant. It's literally what it says. It is an education session. It educates you about what to expect, what's going to happen after, what antidepressants, and no, what anti-immune, I can't even say that word, basically anti-rejection drugs you'll be on, how long you'll be in hospital, the recovery time, you know. And this is all speculation, this is just for the average person, you know, because everybody's different, everybody's going to react differently. You know, they also talked about different types of rejections. There's acute, and then I think there's another one which I can't remember. As I said, this was 2 years ago, so I don't actually remember a lot of it. I just remember what they spoke about. I don't remember all the details, but yeah. And it's quite useful, actually. I mean, it was a lot to take in. It was pretty daunting and scary, I won't lie, but, you know, looking back in hindsight, it was really useful. So, yeah, that was really good. So, yeah, I mean, as I said, there's not really much more to say, just a matter of waiting, and then when it happens, and hopefully it all works out and goes to the best for me, and hopefully there won't be any difficulties or complications or anything like that, because we don't want that. And the doctors have said that I'm pretty healthy and well otherwise, and I'm up there every 6 weeks, and there's nothing that rings alarm bells. So you've got to look at the positives, as I said. So yeah, and the other thing, well, it happened 2 years ago, and then a year ago, so around about this time a year ago, I went to a bonfire, the works display, with some friends, and I was absolutely fine. And then later in the week I went to another one, and I had these onions, and then I was fine at the time, and then 2 days later I was violently sick. And what the worst thing was, I thought it was just trapped wind. I was like, oh god, I feel like I've really got some trapped wind and everything, oh god. And I kept just trying to get it up and everything, thinking it was just some trapped wind. And then finally it happened, and it wasn't trapped wind. I was really violently sick, and it was such a shock because I wasn't expecting it at all. And my poor sister, because I was sharing a room with her at the time, she heard it and she woke up and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm obviously not okay, am I?" And then after that I was just being sick all the time. Like, I couldn't, keep anything down. Well, I'm not sure about everything, but that's what it felt like at the time. Like, everything I try and eat, I would just, be so sick. And, it got to the point where I was also, it didn't matter how much I slept, I was just always tired. I'd be sleeping all day, all night. Didn't seem to make the slightest bit of difference. And then I also got to the point where, I had more fluid building up in my stomach, so my stomach was getting bigger. I mean, I'm not really fat or overweight, but with my fluid, it can sometimes seem that way or make me look bigger, even though I'm not actually bigger, it's just a fluid. So that was getting bigger, and I didn't even realise it. It was my mum who actually picked up on it. She was like, "Yeah, your stomach," and then she said to me once, "You look about 6 months pregnant." I was like, "Thanks." So yeah, that was that. And then also, I got it also, what started happening is I started to look really tired, not just tired and need to sleep, but my eyes literally looked like they were half asleep all the time. It was not a good look, put it that way. And then one night I was in bed, not feeling too great, and I couldn't sleep, and then because I was in so much pain, and literally my stomach here, it was so painful, even if it was hot to the touch, and it was so painful, and I just remember being in so much pain. And then it was the next day I woke up in absolute, quite upset actually, and quite emotional, because I didn't know what was going on. I knew something wasn't right, but I didn't know what was going on, because initially I just thought, oh, it's just some onions and some dodgy food I ate, it's fine. And then obviously things started getting worse, and more things started happening, so we sort of knew something wasn't right, but we didn't know what was wrong. So then I woke up and I was really upset, and I just said, I'm really in so much pain and everything. So he took me, I went to the GP, and she said, I'm worried, this isn't right, you shouldn't, I worry it could be an infection, because it shouldn't be hot to touch, that indicates an infection. So of course from there we went straight to A&E. We went in the car, and I was admitted into A&E, into a bed, and they ran some tests, and it came back and they said, yeah, you've actually got an infection. And they were initially really worried, because they thought there was they didn't know if it was an infection in my fluid or in my blood, and if it'd been in my blood I would have been in real trouble, life threatening. But luckily they did some tests, and it wasn't that, it was just the fact that I had an infection in my fluid, and they said, we've got to keep you in for a few days, a week or so, and put you on some antibiotics and help get rid of this. So they did that, and then later that day I got taken up to a ward, which was about 11:45 at night, and I was just so tired. And I even remember they brought some food and I was like, no, I don't want it, because I was just so tired. I hadn't slept that night, and I was tired anyway, and you know, I was just so, you know, fed up and tired and grumpy, so, you know, I got taken up to the ward, which wasn't even the right ward for me. I was meant to be in like one of the liver wards. I got taken up to a kidney ward. I was like, great, good start. So, yeah, so then next morning they put me on some IV fluid, some antibiotics that, you know, and then they started kicking in, and I think, because I went in on a Monday, and then by the Wednesday, most of the pain had gone. So, you know, it was still there, but it was nowhere near as bad. So, and then as the week went on, I gradually got better and stronger and everything. And, you know, I was lucky I caught it early, because if we hadn't have caught it, then I don't know where I'd be today, to be quite honest. So yeah, and when I was in hospital that week, they ran a few tests just to make sure everything was behaving, things were getting better, and yeah, so everything went really well. You know, I was reacting to the antibiotics in the way they expected, and then I got discharged on a Saturday, and they gave me some antibiotics to take at home, which I'm actually still on to this day. So yeah, that was that. And, you know, that was about a year ago, and, you know, obviously that wasn't a good time for me. And this time of year always brings back like a load of memories when I was like really ill, and, you know, being put on a list and everything. And I just think, you know, I thought 2 years on, or even a year on from my infection, I'd be in a different place by now, but I'm not, and it just really sucks. I mean, I remember when I went to my education session in 2014, they did say the average waiting time for my blood group is 2 years, and, you know, you sort of think, oh yeah, 2 years, you know, it'll fly by, which it has actually gone really quickly, but you sort of think I would have heard something by now, and I haven't, so it's just a bit, yeah, I just feel like sometimes, you know, even though you're on the list, and, you know, they're constantly looking for you to find you something, you sort of feel like you've been forgotten about, like they haven't acknowledged you because you haven't heard anything. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but yeah, so, you know, but there's not a lot you can do really, as I say. You just gotta, you know, just suck it up, I guess. I mean, I've been a bit emotional this month just because it clearly is a more difficult time of year for me, but hey ho, you know, it's Christmas soon, guys, so I've got that to look forward to. I'm going to Brighton in next week. What else am I doing? I'm not actually doing that much. It's my sister's birthday coming up. I say coming up, it's like a few days before Christmas, but I'm taking her to get her ears pierced for an early birthday present, so yeah. I don't think I'm doing much else other than Christmas shopping and all that jazz, but yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, thank you for all the new I don't know whether to say thank you or hello. I've now realised I've got 84 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really, you know, didn't think, because I remember last time I checked I was 72. I checked the other day, I did 84, I was like, whoa. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and hello if you're new. My name's Jasmine. I'm 21 and I am currently waiting a liver transplant, so that's me. Welcome to my channel. So yeah, what else? Oh, I'm also going to create a wish list for 2017, because you know, since it doesn't look like I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting my call anytime soon. That's the other thing. You always think to yourself like, oh, you know, phone call, you know, I haven't got a phone call today. Why on earth will I get it today or tomorrow? Do you know what I mean? You just fall into this really bad mindset. But yeah, so I'm going to create a wish list for 2017 anyway, so that if I am still waiting, I'm going to like got a list of things to do or to go or to try and achieve. I don't know what you call it, like a bucket list or wish list, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So if you have any ideas of what I can do, or if I can go anywhere, I don't really want to go too far, like, you know, I want to stay in the south of England, because if I get a phone call, I'm like, you know, up north, it's going to be a bit awkward, so, because they can only keep the Auckland for so long, so, yeah, so, I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna do in 2017. I'm gonna start to learn to drive because, you know, time's not an issue for me. I've got all the time in the world, so you know. And apparently I'm gonna get help with funding that, so that'll be good. That'll be for my family. Oh yeah, I've got my appointment next week as well, and I will do a video updating you on that. See how it goes. Oh yeah, guys, about my Willow charity. If you watched my last video about the Willow charity, I've narrowed it down. So I've decided I'm going to keep it till 2017 for my 22nd birthday, which is in April, and I'm going to go away for a weekend with friends. I haven't decided where yet. All I've got is a spa weekend. But I mean, if you have any ideas of where I can go, if you recommend like doing anything, then please let me know in the comments, because I'm still brainstorming ideas. We're only in November, so still got time to think about it. So yeah, do let me know if you think of anything. And I think that's about it. I'm really sorry it's been so long again. I'm going to be doing at least 1 or 2 more videos this year, hopefully more, but we'll see. So yeah, I will have a video up, you know, next week at some point about my appointment. So yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you're all well and have a Merry Christmas. You know, I'm not sure if it's too early to be saying that, but yeah, happy holidays, and I will see you all soon. Bye.